Hello everyone, welcome to Pepcoding. So in this video, we are going to discuss another problem of our stack module, which is number of recent calls. So firstly, we discuss our question, then we move to our approach. So let's see the question, what they are given in our question. So in this question, you have a recent counter class which counts the number of recent requests within a certain time frame. So we have a recent counter class. This is the class. This counts this counts the number of requests within a certain time frame. Let's suppose we have time frame from 0 to t. So in this time frame, how many requests come? It count all these like 0, 1, 2, 3. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 3 requests. We have 4 requests from 0 to 3. This class count all these requests. Okay. Let's move to another next line. Implement the recent counter clause. Okay. So we have a recent count constructor. You can see this here. This is used. This initialize the counter with 0 recent request. So this is initializing the counter. Okay. When we have 0 request, we have also in ping function that adds new request at time. So this is the ping function which adds the request which come at time t, where t represents sum of time in milliseconds and return the number of requests that happen in the past 3000 milliseconds including the new request. Okay, so this line says, these line says from here to here, these two lines says we have a function ping int type function and have parameter int t. So they are what they are saying in this function that adds, like we have time period from 0 to, again I am taking t. So in this time period, how many requests come? It count all requests and return them. Okay, return request count. How many request comes from this to this, from here to here, it returns, but not these all. It returns t minus 3000 requests, because you can see here only when it passed 3000 milliseconds only. Okay, specifically return the number of requests that will happen in the including range of t minus. Okay, so you can see it's return the request only come in between t minus 3000 to t range, only this range starting from this and at that. So in this range, how many requests come, it return them. So let's see more. It is guaranteed that every call to ping uses a strictly larger value of t than the previous value. So this is an increasing order. You can see this statement means the same, like every call to the ping uses a strictly larger value of t that than the previous call. So this is an increasing order, like next one is the increasing than the previous one. So let's see our input output. In the sample input, what they are given, number 1, we have 1. So first request come at 1 time slave, then time in milliseconds, then 100, then 3001, then 3002. For that, at the first one we have request 1, in the second we have 2 requests, in the third we have 3 requests, and in the fourth we have 3 requests also. Okay, so that's about the question. Now we are moving to our whiteboard where we can discuss our. So let's see, we have a range. So I am writing our range here, t minus 3000 and t. So this is the range of requests in this, so that in this time interval, how many requests come, it add them and return those requests. If 4 come, it return 4. If 5 come, it return 5. Which returns, we have ping function int t. It calculates the time period interval where request come, okay, and then return the number of requests. So I am writing these clearly. This is range of request, then a function which returns. This is our ping function. I am writing this at here, ping int t. T represent the time in milliseconds, and we have int also, okay. Now, and it have int return type, also have int parent. This time means, like, firstly we have time in milliseconds. So first request, let's suppose first request come at 1. So our formula is t minus 3000 t for what? For number of requests come in this range. So 1 minus 3000 and 1. So minus 2999 and 1. So 1 come in this range. So we have 1 request. Now let's suppose the second request come at 100 time at 100 time. So here write 100 minus 3000, we get 2900 in minus. So range becomes minus 2900 and 100. So 100 also come in this range because they are saying it. You can see here in the question what they are saying, including the new request past 3000 milliseconds and including the new request also. So the previous one is 1 and new one is 100. So we have 2 requests. Let's take another example. Okay. Now I am taking like request come at 200. Okay, 200 minus 3000 minus 2800 and 200. So 1 come in this range, 100 come, 200 here. So we have 1, 2 and 3 requests. Now take some big example. So I am taking 3001 here, okay, minus 3000, we get what we get 1 and 3001. So 1 come in this range from starting from 1 and 3001 here. So we have 1, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we have 4 requests. Now see here carefully. I'm taking a big example and you can see some slightly change occur here or something different come here. I am taking example of 3004 minus 3000. We have range from 4 to 3004. Now you can see one didn't come, but one does not come in this range from 4 to. So 4 slightly come here. I'm assuming that 4 come here. So we are neglecting this. So this request minus from here. So when we have 3004, okay, so it's we have 3004, we have request only 4, remain 4 because this one is neglecting. We have 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and its own 4. So we have 4 requests. Okay. Now I hope you understand what we are doing in our question. Now let's take more examples, so that I'm taking more example so that you can easily understand what we have to do in this question. I'm again writing our formula or time range of request. You can say anything to it. Request range of request. I write it wrong. So it's range of request. Okay. Now you can see a line here in question in constant what they are saying. Here you can see larger value than the previous one. Okay, one line is there, and the second line is you can see each test case will call ping with strictly increasing value of t. I am again repeating, each test case will call ping with strictly increasing values of t. Okay, now you can see here I am taking those examples again so you can understand what the meaning of this line. So this is our function. I am writing a function ping int t. In this line I am time writing time in milliseconds. Okay, so first request come at 1. So we have request. Here I write request. Here is times in millisecond. 1 request is 1 because it's the first request, and the time for that range of request, you like the range of time. I write time here. So 1 minus 29 300 3000, and here is 1. We get minus 2999 and 1. So 1 come in that range. So we write one request here. Okay, so this is about requests. This is our time in milliseconds. Now take another example. I am taking here again 100. This is our second example. 100. So when we have 100 minus 3000, we get minus 1900. So our range is minus 1900 to 100. 1 come in this range, 100 also comes. So we have 2 requests. Now one thing you can see here, I am explaining you the line which we are writing here. When we have 1 time, so our range of request, or we can say time, is minus 299 and 1. Now see here very carefully and properly. This is very interesting point. When you understand this, you totally understand the meaning of these lines, and also this line and this line, and also understand our approach which we have to do and how we deal with this question. In the second one, when we have 100, our size is increases, our time is increases, so it's become 2990 and 100. So you can see here is this one and this one. So 2900 2900 is greater than 2999 minus here. So minus 2900 is greater than this one. And when I take third example as 200, okay, for that one, 200 minus 3000, we get minus 2800, and we have 200. So you can see our third range is 28,100 minus 2800 and 200. So this one is also greater than previous one, and our request become 3 1 2 3. So I hope you understand the meaning of this line. This one larger value than the previous call, and the line which is written in constants. Each test case will call ping with strictly increasing value of t. So you can see every time the value of time is increasing, and here you can see the time limit between these, or you can see the range of time in which we have to print return request. Okay, now I take third one. So we get what we get 3001 minus 3000, we get 1, and 3001. Okay, so request become 4. But when I take 3004 here, we get 4, 3004. When we have 4, 1 didn't, what does 1 does not come in this range, so we neglect this one, so that number of requests remain 4, because we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 requests. Also this is in increasing order, 3 1 3001 and 4 3004. So you can see this is in increasing order. When we move forward, take more examples, so it increases. Like here I take 4000, then for that one we have range of 1000 to 4000. Okay, so it neglect these two also. So by increasing, when our time is increases, here increases, we are removing these also. Like for first one we remove this from, neglect this one, then we neglect this one, then this. So you can see when we are moving forward, we are removing from the back side. Okay, now let's see. I'm taking an data structure. Now by doing this we understand what we have to do. Now I'm taking a data structure, how we can do it. Okay, so let's see. I'm removing these all. Here I take my data structure. So this is my data structure. Firstly we have 1, so we take 1. For that one, how many requests we have? 1. Now it's time to 100 coming. Then we have second request, then we have 200, then we have 3 requests. When we have 301, we have 4 requests, 1 2 3 4. When we have 304, 3004, sorry, 3001, 3004, how many requests we have? We are removing 1 from this one, so we have 1 2 3 4 requests. When I take 4000 here, I'm removing this one, this also. So when we have 4000, these two did also, these all didn't come in our range. Sorry, I do something wrong. Here I write so that you can easily understand. 4000 minus 3000, then the range become 1000 to 4000. So you can see these two does not come in this range of time in milliseconds. So what we do, we remove these two, so that the number of requests become 1 2 3. Okay, now you can see one thing here, we are adding from the last and removing from the front. So this property related to what type of what data structure? Queue. Because in queue, first adding first and first in first out, or you can see adding from last and removing from, so I'm wrong, right, first in first out before. So first in, one come first here and out first. Okay, so adding from last, removing from first. Good. Okay, right, I'm writing the same. So what I'm saying here, I'm adding from the last, you can see adding from the last and removing from the front. So first in first out property is using here. So that's our approach. Let's move to our editor and writes its code. So in the editor, what we have to do, this is our class in which we have ping function, and make it large. So firstly I create a queue of int q, giving it name q, and we have a size int size, and the size equals to 3000. You can see this 3000 here, 3000 millisecond size. Okay, now time to come over ping. Here what we are doing in this, firstly we are adding in our queue t. You can see in our whiteboard we are adding one here from the back. So we are adding one. First request time is like the time when our first request came in milliseconds is 1. So we are adding 1 here. Then I'm taking int type min, which is equals to t minus size, and check or removing from the if while q dot front is less than min. Then what we do, we remove from the queue and then return the. I will explain this line to you. You can see here when we have 304 we remove, and when we have, like I create it again, we have 100 and 200. Okay, when we have 304 we remove 1 from our queue. So what we are doing, we are checking if t minus 3 size is less than t minus 1, then we get 3001 minus 3000 we get 4. So 3004 minus 3000 we get 4, and check is this one is greater than the number which is present at the queue front. And we removing one, same thing I write here at the last. What I do, what I have to do, I have to return q dot size. Why I'm returning the size? Because you can see in our queue we have 1 2 3 4. Okay, 4. I'm talking about this one. So we have 1 2 3 4 here. So size is 4. So that's why I'm returning the size. So trying to compile it. Okay, so here I write size instead of size. So it's done successfully. Now you can match. For this output we have, for this input we have output 1 2 3 3 1 2 3 3. We get the same here 1 2 3 3. Okay, trying to submit it. So it's submit successfully, give us mark 10 out of 10. So that's all about the question. If you have any doubt related to that question, please write in the comment section, like the video and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching the video.